My sons, it is easier to become angry than to restrain oneself. Anger is easy. Patience is hard. Threats are quick. Love takes time. Most people choose what is easy. But one man chose what was right. And by choosing patience over anger, kindness over force, love over fear, he transformed the lives of thousands of forgotten boys and changed the future of the church itself. This is the story of Saint John Bosco, the saint who believed that no child is lost, only unloved. John Bosco was born in 1815 in a small rural village called Becce in northwest Italy. He was the youngest of 3 sons, born into poverty so deep that hunger was a daily companion. When John was only 2 years old, tragedy struck. His father, a simple farmhand, died suddenly. And with his death, the family lost not only a provider, but their protection. John's mother, Margaret Bosco, stood alone, a widow with 3 boys and almost nothing. Yet she possessed something greater than wealth: faith, strength, and tenderness. She taught her sons to pray, to forgive, to work hard, and most importantly, to trust God even when life is unfair. These lessons would shape John forever. There was no school waiting for John Bosco. Instead, there were fields, sheep, cold mornings, long days of labor. By the age of 12, John was already working as a shepherd and farmhand, just like his father once had. His education did not come from books. It came from life, from watching people suffer, from listening carefully to sermons at Mass, from observing how people responded to kindness and how they reacted to harshness. Without realizing it, God was already preparing him. When John was 9 years old, he had a dream so vivid that it would guide his entire life. In the dream, he saw a group of rough, wild boys, shouting, cursing, fighting. Young John felt anger rise within him. He clenched his fists. He wanted to threaten them into silence. But suddenly, a man appeared, radiant like the sun. And the man spoke words that would echo through history. Not with blows, but with kindness. Conquer their hearts with charity. John asked, "Who are you?" The man replied, "I am the son of a lady who will be your teacher." And then, the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared, gently guiding John toward his future mission. In that moment, God revealed a truth that St. John Bosco would live by forever. You don't change people by force. You change them by love. John didn't wait to become a priest to begin his mission. At just 10 years old, he started gathering boys around him. He learned juggling, magic tricks, acrobatics, not for entertainment alone, but to attract hearts. After every performance, there were prayers. There were lessons. There was kindness. John understood something rare. Young people don't listen to those who lecture. They listen to those who love them. Life was not easy. John fought constantly with his brother. Tensions at home grew. At 12 years old, John left home to find work. Years later, a holy priest named Father Joseph Cafasso noticed something special in him. He saw intelligence, compassion, a shepherd's heart. Through sacrifice and help from his mother, John entered the seminary. At 26, he was ordained a priest. But his real mission was only beginning. In the prisons of Turin, Father John saw horror. Boys aged 12 to 18. Dirty, hungry, abandoned. Not monsters. Not criminals by nature. Just boys. Without guidance. Without love. He later wrote, "Who knows if these youngsters had a friend outside, they could be steered away from ruin." And he remembered his dream. Father John created an oratory, a home. There was discipline, but never cruelty. Rules, but always mercy. He taught trades, provided food and shelter, gave spiritual direction. Within 10 years, he was caring for 800 boys. And from this love was born the Salesians, the Daughters of Mary, Help of Christians, and a worldwide movement of hope. St. John Bosco understood a truth the world often forgets. It is easier to be angry than to be patient, easier to threaten than to persuade, easier to punish others than to correct ourselves. but love changes everything. Prayer. Saint John Bosco, teach us to see the good in others, to lead with patience, and to love with the heart of Christ. Jesus, we trust in you. This is the saints' path, where we walk with the saints, so we may one day join them.